Okay, so I'm gonna use the black and white together, and you're gonna start with a magic ring. Oops. And you're gonna do a chain 1, and then put 6 single crochets into this magic ring. Okay, so that's 6. Now I'm going to pull this end to tighten it. And we have this nice circle. Now for row 2, you're going to go into the first stitch of row 1 with a increase. So let me count backwards. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's going to be this one here. And I'm going to do like a kind of spiral thing, so I'm not going to do a chain 1 here. I'm just going to do a single crochet immediately, but I am going to put a stitch marker there so that way I know where my row begins. So I put a stitch marker in the first single crochet. I'm going to do a second one for my increase. So I did 2 single crochets in the first stitch. I'll do 2 in the next, and at the end of this row you should have 12 single crochets because we doubled it. Okay, so that's the end of row 2. For row 3, we're going to do an increase and then a single crochet. Let me move my stitch marker. Yarn's getting fuzzy. Okay, so we're going to do an increase in the first stitch. And I'm going to put my stitch marker back into the very first stitch of that increase. And then I'm just going to do a normal single crochet. So alternate these increases and single crochet, and at the end of this row you should have a total of 18. Yes, 18. Alright, so that's the end of row 3. That was the last row of increases. Now for row 4, we're just going to do a single crochet in each stitch. And you're going to do this from row 4 to row 8. This is the first stitch. Put the stitch marker back in. And we're just going to do those normal single crochets all the way around. Just like that. So just make sure you have 18 stitches in each one, and you'll start to notice it'll make this little bowl shape, and just go until row 8. So I'll see you when I'm done. All right, so that was 8 rows. Now I'm gonna put in the eyes. I have these safety eyes here. I'm just gonna put them between rows 8 and 7, like there. And I put one on the other side too. I like them a little more narrow. We're gonna put the beak right there, but however you like. And then after you get the eyes on, we're gonna go ahead and seal the top up. So get rid of this. The way you seal the top is to just do slip stitches on the top row. So I'm just gonna put my hook in the front. Then I'm gonna find the corresponding stitch in the back. I'll go to this one. And then you're just going to pull through. And then just go all the way down, or not all the way down yet, maybe get to like halfway, and then go ahead and put some stuffing in your chicken. I'll go there. Let me stuff him a little. Do that for now. And just keep going along the top. Okay. I'll put a little more. Okay, and I'm gonna pull through one last time, cut, and that is our chicken body. So let's go ahead and give him a little beak and a little, I don't know what they're called, a little red top. Okay, so for the beak, since I doubled my yarn, like I have 2 layers of yarn, I'm gonna also double my yellow yarn to make it as thick. And then I'm just going to make a little knot. Okay, now I'm gonna be in the same space between the eyes. I'm gonna find a stitch just right in the middle. It's this one. I'm going to pull this knot through, and now we'll begin the beak. So I'm gonna chain 2. In the same spot, do a double crochet. Chain 1, and then slip stitch back into that same spot. Okay, let me end it. Okay, that's his little beak. All right, so for the little red part, we're gonna do the same thing where we double the yarn, make the knot. And we're gonna be working in the 3rd space from the top. So this was 3, 2, 1. So in this space, I'm gonna put my hook in. And we're just gonna be putting 2 double crochet increases in the 1st stitch and the 2nd. So let me show you what I mean. First, let's pull through. It is a little thick, but that is okay. Go ahead and chain 2. Do a double crochet in here. And I'm going to count the chain 2 as, I'm going to count the chain 2 as a double crochet. And then in the next stitch, I'm going to do another double crochet increase. That's, oh my gosh. All right, that's 1. And that's 2. Okay. Now I'm just going to chain 1, and I'm going to do a slip stitch into that same stitch. Very nice. Okay. Pull through. I'm going to cut it. And now you're just going to weave in all of the ends. From the beak, from the body, from this, I don't even know if this thing is called, the red part. You're just gonna weave all those ends in, and you'll be done. All right, so chicken is done. You can like squish them into a chickeny shape. Perfect. So yeah, hopefully you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe. Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.